It is the afternoon of day 22 in the Cartoon Network Big Brother house, with Dexter just walking out the door yesterday. Alright, so Dee Dee is probably pumping the weights with Eddie and Finn, talking the drama and how she really despises Chowder right now. And she's not too happy with Panini either. Because Panini kind of told her that Dexter would get taken off or Dee Dee would get taken off. But neither of those things happened. And I think she got that adrenaline going through her. She's lifting double the weights than she usually should. You know, it's just ridiculous. Chowder had the veto and he didn't use it on me or Dexter. Like, what's up with that? Well, maybe he had his reason. It's all part of the game, you know? And obviously she ain't having that. Reasons? Pfft. I've been nothing but nice to him. Dexter too, and was he do leave us hanging. I thought we were all buds. And she angry. Eddie, overhearing the conversation while jogging on the treadmill, decides to chime in. Well, Dee Dee, not everyone's gonna play the game that you want. It's Big Brother after all. Survival of the sneakiest. Survival the sneakiest? That's not even a thing. Chowder just missed a golden opportunity to make a big move. Dee Dee, how is saving you a big move? Let's just focus on our workout, guys. We've got challenges and competitions coming up. Let's just focus on our workout, guys. We got challenges and comps coming up. No need to stress over what's already done. And obviously that might help Dee Dee a little bit, you know, like they're listening to her and they kind of understand. But I guarantee this isn't done with her. Everyone kind of already had breakfast, so these are guys, I guess, who are hungry, maybe want to make a little snack, a little sun. Now, Flapjack and Chowder are probably the closest they ever have been. And Billy's excited too, because these are his homeboys, and he thought maybe Flapjack was gonna go since it was a pair up there. But he didn't. He's still here, and it's all thanks to the homie Chowder. And Flapjack's like, you know what, Chowder? If you or Panini get put up, I'll use it on you. And how about we do this right here? How about we make an official little final three? You don't tell Panini, you don't tell Mandy. And then with like a little chuckle, he says, and I won't tell Knuckles. Even though he might if it really comes down to it. Now, Billy, he's just kind of been playing like a quiet game. Like, people talk to him and they probably have a little laugh here and there. But I feel like eventually that'll only get him so far. But around 5 p.m. later that night, the house was quiet and a usual stillness settling over the Cartoon Network themed Big Brother residence. Dee Dee, still processing the loss of her brother, sat in the living room, a mixture of sadness and frustration evident on her face. Panini approached Dee Dee with a gentle expression. Dee Dee, I know this is tough. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. Uh-oh, Panini, you chose the worst moment. All I can think of is Dee Dee's annoying, high-pitched voice. Chowder had the veto. Panini, he could have saved Dexter. He could have done something. I know it's hard, but Chowder has his own game to play. Easy or not, he made the wrong choice. Dexter was my brother and Chowder let him get evicted. Damn, Dee Dee, I didn't know you even cared that much. I can see how much you care about Dexter, but we're all in this game and sometimes tough decisions have to be made. But Dee Dee don't give a fuck. Well, maybe you just don't get it. You didn't lose someone you care about because someone else couldn't make the right move. Ooh, huge shade. Oh, and she don't even want to hear what Panini has to say. She just stands up abruptly. She angry. You can stick with your game. I'm going to find Chowder and tell him exactly what I think about his decision. Uh-oh, there she go. There she go. She found Chowder in room 2 where he was chatting with Billy and Flapjack. Chowder, we need to talk. Chowder shifted uncomfortably in his seat, glancing nervously at Billy and Flapjack. You had the veto, Chowder. Dexter could have been saved. Why didn't you use it? Well, Dee Dee, it's just, it's not that simple. And she doesn't even let him finish. Not that simple. Dexter's gone because of you. You let him get evicted. Damn, you're putting a lot on him, bruh. Dee Dee, it's my own game. It's not personal. And she's like, not personal. This is as personal as it gets. Dee Dee was not ready to listen. You betrayed us, Chowder. You betrayed me. Chowder catching all the heat right now. Oh, I didn't mean to betray anyone. I just had to make a tough decision. Tough decision or not, Chowder. You'll have to live with the consequences. Ooh, I wonder what that means. Panini stormed in room 2, her usual cheery demeanor replaced with a scowl. Dee Dee, what's with all this yelling? Can't you see we're dealing with enough without adding your theatrics to the mix? Oh, she found Dee Dee roasting her man. She didn't like that at all. This is about Chowder letting Dexter get evicted. I have every right to be upset. She kinda does. Oh, right, because yelling is the most effective way to solve problems. Real mature, Dee Dee. Ooh. Okay, Panini. Panini, this is personal. Mockingly personal. Are we forgetting we're playing a game here? Did you think we're in the house for a jolly old time? Damn, bro. She's kind of going harsh right here. Save the hero acts for the cartoons, Dee Dee. You're not fooling anyone. And what's your contribution to all this, Panini? Trying to be the queen of sarcasm? Well, if someone has to inject a bit of reality into this circus, I'll gladly take the role. Ooh, they yelling at each other crazy. I won't even lie, I feel like these two walk out of the room due to uncomfortableness. But Eddie, along with number 5, Mandy, and Knuckles, probably all fly over to see what is going on. But I feel like Panini and Chowder had enough of this. They go over here. Dee Dee storms outside where some people who want the tea follow. Knuckles go to Flapjack to see what the tea is from his side. And I suppose Finn probably joins them in the room because they need another person for darts or double pool. I feel like Mordecai and Rigby hear all this commotion and he's like, dude, we're not even a month in and they're already arguing like this. Double D says, well, when people are like secluded in a house, it can't get to people, especially if they have no outside contact or information. And he explains that Dexter was Dee Dee's like only real person that she could maybe even talk to. And I suppose Dee Dee was kind of expecting to have Dexter around for at least half the game, but he's gone immediately. Now she has to do all of this by herself, and so it's probably anxiety inducing. And hearing this, they all kind of understand that, you know, like, perspective of it. Now, Dee Dee immediately starts talking all that trash. She's like, Panini came in there, not even to my defense. I thought she would be on my side, but she just straight up lying. Not only did Chowder help get my brother evicted, but now she's not even sympathetic and she's mocking me, she's belittling me. And these three are like, wow, bro, that's crazy. How can they be like that? You know what, Mandy says, I've seen Billy walk out so many times to talk to them, especially Chowder, Flapjack, Panini. And she says, I think they're all trying to control the house. I believe that they know exactly what they're doing and they took him out because he was so smart. And she kind of does this thing where she goes to Dee Dee and she's like, Dexter could have made Final 2. You know for a fact his brain could have got him there. They knew that and they tossed him off. And gaslighting and hyping up Dee Dee like this, she gets angrier. Number 5's like, yeah, we gotta show them. I don't know why they would treat you like this. Your brother just left, and I know number 2 left, and that hurt me a lot. I wish he was here. And if someone talked to me like that about number 2 leaving and being sarcastic and talking to me like that, I would be mad too. So I ain't gonna let them talk to you like that either. And so Double D, trying to find Eddie, he kind of walks in on this, and he's already aware and sympathetic of Dee Dee's situation. So when she explains to Double D what kind of happened, Eddie's already in agreement that Panini's in the wrong along with Chowder. And Double D's like, in all fairness, he had to do something, but at the same time, he should have not belittled you like that. Or Panini shouldn't have anyway. Now over here, Billy's kind of angry. He's like, who does Dee Dee think she is to come over here and accuse you of betraying this and that? It was 3 people. If you didn't save Flapjack, he might have went, realistically. And Flapjack's obviously, you know, reminding Chowder, thank you for saving me, by the way. I don't regret you doing that, and I'm very grateful you did. And then Knuckles is like, yeah, you know what? I agree with you, too. I'm not gonna hold anything against you. You made the right choice, Chowder. I'm with you, homie. Interesting. It kinda seems like the house is a little divided. Of course, you got the bros, Mordecai, Rigby, and Finn, all working out. They kind of like it there. They do a lot of pool, a lot of darts, a lot of home gym. Sometimes you'll find them outside swimming. They like the chillaxing, you know, resort of Big Brother and how it applies to it. They appreciate that because they do like lounging, you know, when they're at the park working. And here they can make wings all the time. They can go crazy. They can party. And Finn really likes, you know, both of their attitudes. And he's like, you know what? I can't even lie to you. Some people are kind of judging you. and it's bad, so I will spread the word around that you two are actually very nice. And you know what? How about at some point I set up a day for all of us to have a pool and dart tournament to show how good you guys are, and then we can all bond. And Mordecai and Rigby, they weren't really thinking that far ahead. They just kind of thought, you know, if it's their time, it's their time. But they kind of look at each other and they're like, you know what? This could potentially be good for our game. Finn is offering to plan everything. And you know what? We can trash people at darts, beer pong, whatever. So you know what, Finn? Thank you. Let's do it. All right. It is morning of day 23, and they are waking up knowing that someone will be crowned as a new HOH today. And there's obviously people who are already going to start talking because they know HOH is usually around 9 a.m. pretty early. Immediately, I feel like Mandy goes to Dee and she's like, yeah, losing someone in this game is never easy. We should watch out for each other. Dee, grateful for the unexpected support, looked at Mandy with newfound sense of alliance. I appreciate that, Mandy. We should stick together, especially with all the craziness going on. Absolutely. We'll watch each other's backs, you and me, Dee, you and me. Haha. Thanks, Mandy. It means a lot. We got to stay strong and navigate through this together. Of course, Dee, we'll be the unstoppable duo. Alright, Mandy, you really put it on a show, huh? Alright, even though Flapjack, Billy, Chowder, and Panini are kind of mad at Dee and maybe a couple of the other house guests because they know they're aligning with Dee, Chowder specifically, along with Flapjack, still wants to cook for everyone, along with Double D. They believe everyone should be able to eat. No one should be excluded from breakfast morning as a house. Cause in reality, game aside, once they leave the house, everything should be good. And while they're kind of cooking, Double D says, you know what, Dee could be going about this a little bit differently. In which Panini chimes in, true, slay, preach. And Double D's like, okay, well anyway, Dee could go about this a different way, but at the same time, we got to realize that she has to spend the rest of this game months without her partner, while the rest of us continue to have that security. So please understand that she might be nervous. And while Chowder, Flapjack, and kind of Billy understand, Billy not so much, just a little bit though, Panini's like, yeah, whatever, rolling her eyes. They cook breakfast, everyone eats. They are informed in 5 minutes that the HOH competition will start, and I feel like number 5 finds them in the living room, and she's like, I don't know what happened to Panini. I could have swore we were all chill, but it looks like she's not doing so hot right now. She might be playing for the other side. No Bowie, you feel me? So whatever this challenge is, we gotta do good. Let's get it. We need to secure safety and security. Now, Billy and Flapjack, they kind of talk to each other just a little bit while they're playing like a casual game of darts, even though they are both missing entirely and they're putting so many little holes in the wall around the dartboard. Billy's like, you know, I like Chowder, I like Panini, but they're causing a little bit of drama. I just don't want to be there when drama starts, but I'm afraid if I leave, they might find me as rude. And Flapjack's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of just want to chill and have fun here, but I understand that Dee's mad. How about we win, and that way we can secure friendship, and maybe we can make them get along again. And Billy's like, you know what? Getting along, I didn't think of that as an option, but yes, let's strive for that. So that's their mission right now. Eddie, Mordecai, Rigby, they all just kind of talk about like bro stuff, favorite cars, fastest mile per hour they've ever gone, and maybe like favorite pizza toppings or some shit. Oh, and probably also video games. I bet if there was like Mortal Kombat as a prize, they would love that, especially these two. They would teach Eddie, and though he might get swamped at first, he would then come back and beat them, especially with Double D's help. Mortal Kombat 9, duo Eddie, Double D versus Rigby and Mordecai, that'd be fire to watch. Or Super Smash Bros. Woo. Alright, Knuckles, wake up, bruh. Everyone is getting collected, because it is time for the HOH challenge. Obviously, Mordecai as the last HOH, you will sit on the sidelines. Alright, they all walk into the HOH challenge area, and the competition is Bowl Arena, spin around to lower a barrier to roll down a set of pins. So they will have to spin for 15 seconds and then they will get a chance to roll 2 balls down the lane, and whatever their score is, that is what they're competing at. If someone ties, they are both tied and will have to go again with a longer spin time. If someone gets a better time, those tied or anyone lower will be eliminated and cannot be the HOH. This will go until we have one winner. So obviously with a lot of contestants like this, there's probably going to be a Big Brother montage. Eddie spinning around as he then eventually almost falls over. The bowling ball the first time gets no pins. Same thing with Billy, probably no pins the first time. Flapjack that can barely even lift the bowling ball. Chowder and Rigby might have that same problem. Uh-oh. Some of these bowling balls big as them. So if I had to eliminate 5 people right off the bat that I feel like will get immediate low scores, I'm so sorry, Billy, Flapjack, RIP Panini. I feel like Eddie would just keep tripping and that'd be very funny eliminating him. And you know what, Chowder, you're probably fumbling as well. Which means I feel like these people do pretty alright at the least. But I feel like there are a couple people that will get a pure, clean board. Like there are going to be a couple of them that within their 2 shots, they get all the pins removed. I feel like that is Finn. He'd probably be doing good at something like this. Dee Dee is kind of known for her ballerina skills, so I feel like she wouldn't be really dizzy at all. And she has them long-ass arms, bro. Look at her 3 sausage fingers. Them shit's meant for sticking in bowling balls. You goddamn rakes his hand. I'm sorry, Rigby, I just don't think you got it. Number 5 probably does really well. And to add character complexity, I'm so sorry, both of you. I feel like you just would like miss 1 or 2. So now I'm gonna say they all have 45 seconds to spin, which is an insane amount of time. Definitely feeling nauseous. And they only have 1 attempt at rolling the bowling ball to get a good score. And I can't lie, I feel like 2 people once again get a pure strike. Congratulations, those 2 being number 5 and Finn, which means I'm sorry, DD, Double D, the 4 Ds. Gotta get D, fuck up on out of here. Which means it is between number 5 and Finn, both wanting the HOH. So if they have to go again this time, I'm gonna say it's a minute. Bowling lanes are a lot longer. One contestant hits 7 pins and the other one hits 8. Congratulations, the new HOH and this week's winner, Finn. I knew you could do this. This is definitely in your ball game. I feel like you have the endurance, the mentality, and the skill. Congratulations, you cannot be nominated, cannot be eliminated, and you have this entire week in the palm of your hand. Now, obviously, he's going to do that thing HOHs do and talk to people. And the first 2 people are Mordecai and Rigby, immediately dabbing each other up. He obviously tells them that they're safe, and he's actually going to use this opportunity now to tell people about the good word about them. And they're like, yes, sir, thank you, bro. We appreciate it. We'll let you get to talking. Now, I feel like he asks to talk to Dee Dee, but I think Mandy in number 5 sees him going in there, and Mandy's like, hey, you know what? We need to make sure that Dee Dee stays, because he might feel tempted to put her and Panini up since they're causing drama. But it'd be best for our game to make sure that doesn't happen, and I know that you personally have a really strong connection with Finn. And she's like, you know what? This a game move? Yes, sir. Let's do it, Mandy. So that's exactly what they do. They go in there, and Finn's a little bit surprised, but Dee Dee's, welcoming this because they're on their side. They're like, hey, Finn, we gotta tell you, bro. She kind of pretends a little bit. She's like, if Billy got voted out, I don't know what I'd do. He is my rock in this game. Talking all that BS she doesn't mean. And number 5's like, yeah, dude. Number 2 left, and if someone talked to me like Panini did, after her own partner was kind of the reason that Dexter got out, I'd be mad. And, they kind of explain this to Finn, gaslight him. He's like, you know what? I kind of see where you're coming from, but let me talk with the other house guests, but I do really appreciate you bringing this to my attention. So I then feel like he has to talk to Chowder and Panini, because he's that kind of person to get, information from both sides. And I feel like they're trying to tell him, and he might not be fully convinced, but, then she's like, Dee Dee came barging in, yelling at Chowder, and all I did was came to defend him. She's like, you can ask Flapjack, you can ask Billy. And he's like, you know what? If I can ask them, then I will bring them in. And so, you know what? That's exactly what they do. And I think seeing Flapjack go in the HOH room with everyone else, Knuckles' curiosity might get the better of him, and he follows. And, you know, Finn sees this, but he doesn't really care because he knows that him and Knuckles are kind of cool. They don't really beef. They talk to each other. They talk about adventures, all that. They all kind of agree with the statement that Dee Dee barged in there. You know, Panini's like, yeah, she screamed, she yelled at Chowder, belittling, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like after they start to disperse and leave so Finn can talk to someone else, Flapjack waits for Knuckles to, like, walk out the door, and then he quickly tells, you know, Finn, I think they might be blowing this out of proportion. I really, really like Dee Dee. Me and her talk about a lot of stuff, and she wouldn't harm anyone. I don't think she's this person they're making her out to be. She likes rainbows, ponies, all that. Don't necessarily believe them. It's just emotions running high, and let's all try to get along. And Finn, seeing this side of Flapjack, you know, he actually really likes that. He's the humble kind, the nice kind. He's like, you know what, I'll definitely take that into consideration. And so last but not least, he has to talk to Ed and Eddie. So obviously he asked their opinion on the house and what he should do, because he kind of really likes both of them. There's relatability. They're kind of in the same age group, especially on Double D's part. He kind of really likes Double D because he's down to earth and very smart. He's a very rational person, and he believes that Double D should stay in this house for quite a while if it's up to him. He does know Eddie's a little mischievous, but he does know he has like a good place. And he's also impressed that the audience voted for him to be safe, so he kind of wants to be on his good side. They kind of say they don't really have a preference who stays or goes, just please don't let it be them. Try not to nominate Rigby and Mordecai, and hearing this, he immediately agrees, and he knows that he's like talking to the right people. Eddie also asked that if Mandy and Knuckles could be spared, and Finn kinda already planned to spare Knuckles and number 5, but hearing to spare Mandy, you know, he's like, you know what, that makes sense. And so I feel like that's like kind of the end of the day. Everyone goes into the bedrooms, good night rest, and after a good breakfast, it is time for Finn to go in the DR, make his decision, and then nominate 2 house guests. So here it is, he is standing in front of them, and he unfortunately has to nominate 2 people. He has thought about this long and hard, what would be best for his game, what would be best for the house. Dude, you won't believe it, I'm the head of household. This is so mathematical. I mean, I never thought I'd be in a house full of cartoons competing for the title of HOH, but here I am, and I freaking nailed it. Being the HOH is like algebra level responsibility. I've got to use this wisely, you know? It's not just about me, it's about the whole crew and making sure we're in the best shape for the next challenge. There are some serious players in this house, and I got to think long term. Like Jake always says, dude, it's not just about the adventure, it's about the strategy too. And he's right, I gotta be smart. He has decided that unfortunately, due to recent events, his first nomination will have to be Panini. You are involved in drama, you could have handled things a little bit better, Dee Dee could have handled things a little bit better, and I know to make things fair, I'm expected to nominate Dee Dee alongside you. However, I don't think it's morally right to nominate her right after she just lost her brother. If I got evicted right after Ice King, I didn't even like the dude that much, but I would feel terrible. Not only am I letting myself and my partner down, but I'd be letting my land down, and I can't do that to Dee Dee. So because of that, my second nomination, unfortunately, guilty by association, has to be Chowder. Now immediately, people flabbergasted. Dee Dee, amazed she's not up there, but she's incredibly happy. Panini, mad, pissed. She doesn't even want to talk to Finn. Finn's like, I'm sorry. She's like, fuck out of here, boy. I ain't talking to you. Chowder, let's get over here. We gotta talk some serious game. Get over here, y'all. Finn gotta go. Next time, Finn gotta go. He playing rogue. I don't know what he doing. And Rigby and Mordecai, even they are surprised, but they're like, you know what? He kept his word. We're still chill. Let's go talk to him a little bit of why maybe he did that. Eddie and Double D, who are also closely aligned to him, along with number 5, also go to talk. Before they do, Dee pulls him aside in the darts room and says, "Oh my god, thank you so much. If I'm ever in the position of power, I will do the best of my ability to make sure you will never touch the block. Thank you so much. I will remember this internally. I'm grateful. Thank you. I will give you a pony if I win." Now, Billy, he's very upset because even though Panini's relationship with him is meh, he does really like Chowder. He thinks he's very funny and he cooks amazing. And you already know Mandy coming over here just to eavesdrop, not really talk, but just eavesdrop. And Finn just kinda explains that he only think it's fair if people who already have someone out might get left alone for like another 2-3 weeks. Because he wants to make sure everyone has like an experience to tell. Everyone does their land pride. And this kind of worries like Eddie and Double D, especially Double D, because he recognizes immediately that means Finn might be targeting those who still have a pair. And there's plenty around who still have a pair other than them, but he still feel insecure, especially for Eddie. Uh-oh, she's doing it again. Finn, what is this nonsense? Taken aback by the sudden outburst, look at Panini with wide eyes. "I can't believe you do this. Nominating me next to Chowder? Are you out of your mind?" "Panini, it's just a game. I had to make choices, you know?" "Choices? This is personal." "Oh, now it's personal, bitch. Now it's personal. I see. You're messing with my game, Finn. You got some serious explaining to do. This is your doing, and I won't forget it. I thought we were cool, Finn. What happened to that?" "It's not personal. It's just strategy. I had to think about the bigger picture." "Bigger picture? Oh, please spare me the strategy talk. You're just making enemies, Finn, and I'm not one that take that lightly. You'll regret this. Mark my words. You just made an enemy you can't handle." Damn, Panini, you going crazy hard right now. That smile is very ominous. Alright, it's been about 3 weeks, and Mandy kind of sits Billy down, and she's like, "Alright, Billy, we need to spill some beans. What have you learned?" And Billy doesn't really know. He probably shouldn't say a lot of stuff, but he spills everything, because this is Mandy. He's not very strategic either. So she knows about the alliance, she knows about Flapjack and Chowder, she knows about the sides against Dee and Panini and who's on what side, and all she told was, "I found out I like bagels with blueberries." He's like, "Oh yeah, Mandy, get that info. I'll let you know if I hear anything else." And she's like, "Alright, Billy." And there it is, a drama-filled event as it moves on to the next day. Hopefully they are prepared to go with the Battle of Veto. And you know what, for fun, I'm gonna say in the middle of the night, Rigby sneaks out of the bedrooms to eat like cookies made. Thank you so much for subscribing. You never know when I'm recording. Don't be afraid to subscribe, leave a like, it's a huge help. Appreciate everyone watching this. He accidentally eats all the cookies, but he finds a brush with like hair in it and he puts it near the cookie so they think it's not him. And that hair happens to be pink. He didn't really check, he just took it out of a hairbrush. Eddie falls asleep on the HOH's couch, by the way. And I feel like in the early morning, number 5 actually goes to like get some cookies, because homemade chocolate chip cookies, they bang, bro. They're great. But she goes in the kitchen and she's like, "What in the hell? All of them are gone. And what is this? Panini, did you eat all the cookies? I found hair in the jar." Panini, already on edge from earlier, looked at number 5 with disbelief. "No way. I didn't eat any cookies. Hair got there on accident." "Accident? Really? I know my cookies, Panini, and that looks deliberate. Haha." "Look, number 5, I didn't touch the cookies. Maybe someone else did and the hair got in there. Let's not blow this out of proportion, bruh. You've been acting weird lately, Panini. First the blow up with Finn and now this. Something's not adding up. I get it, but you got the wrong person. I didn't eat the cookies." "Set you up? That's a bit dramatic, don't you think?" "Alright, bitch. Enough of this nonsense. I didn't eat the damn cookies, and I'm tired of being accused of things I didn't do." Number 5, taken aback by Panini's sudden outburst, watches Panini stormed away, leaving the kitchen in an atmosphere of unresolved tension. Ooh, just something to happen right before Veto. They definitely need that anger. Now, obviously, since Finn is the HOH and Chowder and Panini are the nomination, they automatically get to play in Veto. They all have to draw randomly out of a bag. Whatever name is chosen, they have to play in Veto. There's gonna be 6 Veto players. There always is 6 Veto players. Finn, as HOH, draws first. And he draws Billy. Congratulations. Chowder, it is your turn to draw. And he draws House Guest Choice, which means he can choose anyone he wants. And he chooses Flapjack, which means Panini is the last one to draw. She reaches in the bag and she draws the worst person she could have. It is Dee Dee. Panini hates this. She's rolling her eyes. She's like, whatever, bruh. Alright, contestants, players of Veto, here is the challenge you will be fighting for power for. It is knockout. Look at a picture, buzz in first. If you answer correctly, whoever you're versing is knocked out of the competition. If you answer wrong, you are knocked out of the competition. So make sure you answer correctly. Alright, the versing order is going to be randomized. And congratulations, the first two facing off, Dee Dee and Panini. Who was the first HOH? And I feel like immediately the reaction skills have to go to Panini. She says number 5, in which congratulations, Panini. You got that right, knocking Dee Dee out of the competition, and you can choose 2 people to go next. She chooses the next 2 contestants to be Billy and Finn. Alright, on week 2, and immediately Billy just buzzes, and without even hearing the question, he says turkey sandwich. That's crazy, Finn. You got crazy duped. I'd be mad as hell. He probably a little annoyed. He's like, what's the question? Chris McClane's like, you know what? We're not gonna tell you. Billy chooses Panini and Chowder to go next, and Chowder is a little offended by this, but he's like, you know what? Whatever. Panini is determined, though. So when I said who was the second person evicted, she immediately got it. And she thinks it's funny because the second, number 2 person evicted was number 2. And she's like, I'm so sorry, Chowder. I'll do this for us. He is eliminated, in which it is Flapjack versus Billy after the HOA. And before I can even finish, Billy immediately buzzes in, says 12. And you know what? He was right. How does he do that, bruh? Flapjack, I'm so sorry. Knuckles is like, bruh, that's bull. Tell us the question right now. And Chris says, oh, we're on a time crunch. You know how Julie sometimes gets really, really impatient? That's Chris right now. Which means it is Panini versus Billy. What did Mandy? And instantly, Billy snatches that, presses the button. Hearing that's about Mandy, and he immediately says, chocolate bagel. And the answer was blueberry bagel. What kind of bagel did Mandy just found out she likes? Which means, Billy, you just eliminated yourself. Congratulations. The power of Veto. The winner is Panini. You can choose who to get off the block. I'm pretty sure you're going to choose yourself. Immediately, Chowder and Panini talking. Chowder's like, oh my god, you're amazing. We might actually get out of this. I know you might want to use it on me. And Panini's immediately like, nah, don't think that. Maybe under different circumstances, but I'm on the block for some bull. Under these circumstances, I'm using on myself. I'm sorry, Chowder. XOXO, I gotta get out of the block. And immediately, Dee Dee is pissed. Dee Dee quickly goes to Finn, and she's like, Finn, I don't know how she won, but please, I know it is so easy to put me as the replacement nominee. Please don't do that. And Finn's instantly like, whoa, calm down. Trust me, you are not going to be the replacement nominee. This does mess up my plans, and I kind of wish this didn't happen. Don't worry, I will figure this out. You won't be a replacement. And this makes Dee Dee feel so much better. She still kind of has an uneasiness, but she's like, thank you, Finn. I appreciate it. Because she promised Finn's all kind of safety, and he doesn't want to ruin that. As she passes bedroom 1, she calls Panini a bitch, and immediately the shit talking on Panini commences. He's afraid because he's probably going to be the replacement nominee. He doesn't know Finn super well. I mean, he's talked to him quite a bit, but he just doesn't know, especially since he's gunning for duos. Mandy also doesn't like this because this compromises her as well. She's also afraid for her and Billy. Dee Dee also acts afraid and paranoid, even though she just got confirmation from Finn that she's safe, and Finn gave this confirmation to no one else. So I feel like it cuts to day 26 where Panini, you have to choose what you want to do with the power of veto. She obviously says it would be foolish to not use it on herself. She would love to use it on Chowder, and in almost any other situation she would, where she might feel protected and have a chance, but she feels like she has no chance of staying if she doesn't do this, so she uses the power of veto on herself. Congratulations, you are off the block. Finn, please name your replacement nominee. And Finn's like he has talked to everyone during his HOH and his just overall stay of the house. He appreciates and respects everyone entirely, and he can't wait to become friends with everyone outside of the house. But as of right now, for his game and the future of his game, along with what he believes morally, he has to make the replacement nominee Billy. This only makes sense aligning with his favors and his alliances. He wishes both of them the best, and he's more than up to talking after this. Finn is burning quite a bit of bridges because now Mandy is mad. Billy is mad, but almost like a sad mad. Like he has tears like building up in his eyes. Billy is so like sad. He is caught off guard. He is shocked. Immediately Double D and Eddie. Eddie kind of brings Double D in here because they need to thank him. And he's like, you know what, Finn? You know, just like Mordecai and Rigby, they all just kind of dab Finn up. And Finn's like, you know what? I think I'm making amazing choices. But little does he know, he has quite a few people mad at him right now. Even number 5 is questioning his choices, because if it was up to her, Billy and Mandy would have been here for quite a while, especially Billy and Mandy. Billy because he's very easy to beat, and Mandy because number 5 really likes Mandy. She might even be a potentiality to bring to the finals for number 5's game. I feel like Knuckles and Flapjack go to pull in darts to do a celebrity game of darts because they're clicking their heels. They're not nominated. They can't be nominated. They are safe. You know, and Knuckles kind of does a shot of syrup with Flapjack. Not talking lean. You know what I mean if you've seen the show. So I feel like on day 27, talking really happens because Mandy is trying to secure Billy's safety. And even though Dee Dee kinda knows that Billy was against her, she'd rather have Chowder go than Billy. And she's also kind of aligned with Flapjack heavily, and that's also what Flapjack wants. It's very sad, and Flapjack really doesn't want this, but he'd rather Billy stay. So they kind of talk, trying to sway their votes, and I think they're all in agreement. Panini and Chowder, however, are like stress cooking in the kitchen, like so many dishes. Panini is cooking so many at a time and just feeding them to Chowder endlessly, trying to figure out what to do. And so she decides that her best bet is once again to storm off, but not to argue. She stormed to Captain Knuckles, and she's like, Knuckles, me and Chowder will deadass make your favorite dish, your favorite candy, every single day, all the way up until me and Chowder are both evicted, as long as you don't vote Chowder. Please do not vote Chowder. And she thinks she really has to sell this because this is a game about strategy, but she doesn't know Knuckles. He is super easily bought. Yeah, Billy means a lot to Flapjack, but Billy means Nathan to Captain Knuckles. So he's like, yeah, sure. And she really doesn't know because he agreed so easily. But she's like, oh, well, thank you then. She doesn't really want to talk to Finn because she believes that'll make it worse, especially with everyone in there. But she tells Chowder that he has a much better chance at swaying them for him than she does, even though she's kind of better with words. So he kind of goes in there, you know, a little bit of shy talking. He's like, hey guys, you know, I think it's a sign that Panini may have won, and I would love to stay in here and cook for you guys. I just really don't want to go yet. I want to prove to Mung Dal that I'm a great chef and my cook can bring me places. You know, he starts like tearing up and everything. This affects Double D, Mordecai, and Finn very heavily since they're more on the sympathetic side. And Rigby and Eddie, don't get me wrong, they kind of feel for him, but they're trying to think strategically. But he does his talk and he's like, you know, please, maybe think about me when you do your votes. He tells Panini, you know, afterwards what he did. And after the room clear outs a little bit, I feel like Billy with Mandy also goes in there to try and talk to Finn. Like, why would you nominate us? What's up with that? That's kind of weird. And he says, well, just like before, I want to make sure that everyone knows I hold no grudges and I'm not targeting anyone. I just want people who are in pairs to maybe get split up as a fair advantage to everyone else. know. You guys have the privilege of coming in here with someone you actually really bond with. I'm having to do this kind of on my own since the beginning anyway. Even if Ice King was here, that'd probably only hinder my game. And Mandy's like, look Finn, I would like to keep working with you, but from now on, if you ever nominate me or Billy again, you will pay the price. But if you never plan to, then just ignore this. I would like to keep working with you because you're very strong and I think you have a good place. And Finn, he's a little bit nervous. He's like, oh, alright, bet. And when they leave, Double D's like, yikes, that almost seemed like a threat. Alright everyone, here is the dreaded day, Eviction Day. Chowder and Billy, you will each have a moment to explain why perhaps you shouldn't leave, why you still have game left in the house, and why the house guest should consider you a house guest worthy of continuing in the game. Chowder, please stand up. You will go first. Hey everyone, this is kinda tough for me, but I gotta speak from the heart. I'm not one for all the strategy and game moves, but I really don't want to go home. Oh, he took a deep breath, his gaze shifting between the faces of the house guests. I know I might not be the best at challenges and I don't have a master plan or anything, but like, we're all here because we love cartoons, right? What? And I want to be a part of this awesome experience with all of you. I promise I'll be nice to everyone. Oh, bruh. Even if I'm on the block, I don't want any hard feelings. I'm not gonna scheme or anything. We're all in this together and I just want to enjoy the adventure. I love making friends, trying new foods, and having fun, and I promise if you keep me around, I'll bring good vibes and lots of laughs. Plus, who wouldn't want a friend like me in the house? A few chuckles echoed in the room. So I'm asking you all, please consider keeping me here. I want to be part of this cartoon-filled journey with each and every one of you. Thanks for listening. Alright, thank you very much, Chowder. Billy, please stand up and now give your speech. Hey, everyone, this is kind of tough for me as well, you know. I'm not good with words and stuff, I just want to be real with you guys. He hesitated, looking down for a moment before continuing. I know I might seem goofy and all, but being here means a lot to me. It's like a dream come true. Really, I never thought I'd get a chance to be a part of something just like this. I just want to ask you all to think about that. I may not be the smartest or the strongest, but I'm trying my best. And if you keep me around, I promise I'll bring some laughs and maybe even some snacks. Tell you what, your speech sounds like Chowder. I don't want this adventure to end so soon, you know. I want to keep having fun with all of you and maybe some more friends along the way. So if you can find in your hearts to give me another chance, I'd really appreciate it. A really good plea and final speech from both house guests. Everyone, you will now anonymously vote in the diary room for whoever you want to be evicted, one at a time. Everyone but the HOH and the nominations will vote. Mordecai has casted his vote to evict Billy. Rigby has casted his vote to evict Billy. Knuckles has casted his vote to evict Billy. It takes 6 votes to evict. Flapjack has casted his vote to evict Chowder. Eddie has casted his vote to evict Billy. Double D has casted his vote to evict Chowder. Panini has casted her vote to evict Billy. It takes 1 more vote and then Billy is evicted. Mandy has casted her vote to evict Chowder. Dee Dee has casted her vote to evict Chowder. Number 5, it comes down to your vote. Number 5 has decided. Alright, Chris McLean. Well, house guests. Another week in the Big Brother house, and it's time to find out who's packing their bag. By a vote of 6-4, the camera cut to Billy. Billy, I'm so sorry you've been evicted from the Cartoon Network Big Brother house. A gasp echoed through the room as the weight of Chris's words sank in. The camera panned to Billy, whose eyes widened in disbelief, his shoulders slumping as he processed the reality of the eviction. Billy, you have brought a lot of laughs to the house, but unfortunately the votes just didn't swing in your favor this time. It's never easy saying goodbye, especially to someone as entertaining as Billy. You made your mark on this house. Thanks for the fun times, everyone. Keep being awesome in here and save some snacks for me when I get out. Well, Billy, that was quite the ride. How are you feeling right now? Oh man, it's kind of bittersweet, you know. Had so much fun there, but I guess it's time to go. No regrets, I was just being myself, goofing around, having a good time. Just keep having fun, guys. It's a wild adventure there, and you gotta enjoy every moment, and tell Mandy I'm rooting for her. There you have it. That is the end of episode 5. How will the remaining house guests react to ripples in the house? The gloves are off, alliances are being made, and dislikes are forming. You guys get to vote one person to compete in secret tasks that might either hurt their game or make an advantage of it. Comment down one person wisely. Thank you so much for watching, and I dare you to have a good day.